All right, man, give it up. He's doing magic and comedy all around the world. Brad Bonar. So this has been educational. I learned a new word for snitch. I learned all about being a lesbian tonight, right? I had my gay-education, right? So I was driving across Nevada between Winnemucca and Lovelock, and I got pulled over for doing 80 and a 75, which is bullshit, right? Everybody gets that 5. You know you got that 5. He runs my license, he comes back to the car, he says, where are you heading? I said, I'm heading to California. He says, you live out there or work out there? I said, both. He says, what do you do? I said, I do stand-up comedy. He's holding my license. He says, you're looking at a $112 fine for going 5 over the speed limit. Give me a good joke, I'll let you go. That's a lot of pressure when that's your job, right? I mean, now I'm thumbing through my Rolodex and thinking all the jokes I've heard in my life. I've never had money on the line for a joke. So this is the joke I used. 17-year-old boy comes home, catches his mom and dad fooling around on the couch. Dad laughs at him and says, that's how it's done, boy. Boy storms out of the house, traumatized, seeing his parents like that. Next day, mom and dad come home. They catch the 17-year-old boy fooling around with grandma on the couch. I know, I'm not saying it's okay, all right? I'm not saying I condone that, right? That I approve of the behavior, but it's important that it's grandma. So stay with me. The dad says, son, what the hell do you think you're doing? He goes, see, Dad, it's not so funny when it's your mom, isn't it? There's your license, sir. You have a good day. So that's a $112 joke right there, right? You don't usually get a price tag with a joke. That is a $112 joke. So I've got a dog that travels everywhere with me. She's a miniature Australian Shepherd. She's 17 pounds. She's a medical alert service dog. And the way this works is any facility I go into, they have to let me take my dog. By law, they can only ask 2 questions. 1, is this a service dog? I say, yes, it is. The other question they can ask is, what service does it provide? And I just say, I've got a medical condition, and the dog has to travel with me, and that's it. They cannot ask me any more questions at any facility I go into. But people ask questions. Well, what kind of service? Well, she just has to, what kind of service? Well, I've got a condition. What kind of condition? What is it? Is it cancer, diabetes? I mean, people will ask that, and isn't that none of their business, right? Haven't they crossed the line? Yes. So if they cross the line, it's okay for me to cross some lines, right? So I make shit up. And if you do it with a straight face, people will just believe whatever you tell them. So my favorite is I tell people I have IBS. Yeah, irritable bowel syndrome. And that dog lets me know if I'm going to shit myself, because I don't always know right away, and she can sense it somehow. I think because her nose is close to my butthole, that maybe she hears a gurgling of something. I don't know. Maybe she catches a whiff of something before it comes out the hole. But you know what? She's acting up. I should probably get going. Right? Don't they deserve it at that point? They do. I was up at Jackson Rancheria, and this lady, she would not stop. She just kept asking me, what is it? Is it cancer, diabetes? Is it seizure disorder? Is it diabetes? Because I know they can smell insulin changes in your skin. It's a diabetes, and she would not stop. So with a straight face, I told her, the dog's name's Riblin. And I have ADD, and that dog helps me to focus. And she puts her hand on my shoulder, and she goes, my son has your condition. She goes, tell me, does the dog help? And I didn't answer her right away. I thought about the consequences to my answer and how it would affect their home life. And then I told her, yeah, get your boy a puppy. That bitch had it coming, didn't she? Yeah. Somewhere, some little kid got a puppy to help him do homework, and it's screwing everything up in their house. I was, twice I had this happen, both times, 20-something-year-old blonde girls. I don't do blonde jokes, you don't have to. My fiance's blonde. I bought her an AM/FM radio, and it took her a month to figure out she could play it at nighttime, too. We were watching the news the other day, and there was this flooding going on in Brazil, and on the news crawler it said, 1 Brazilian killed in flooding, and she turned to me, she went, how many's a Brazilian? It's a big number. Less than a cajillion! He said, it's okay, you're pretty. That always smooths everything over. No, so I was the first time this happened. 27-year-old blonde girl. First time this happened, I was up at Harris, up in Tahoe. And she doesn't look like your typical service dog. She's 17 pounds, she's a little mini Aussie. She's got her vest on her. And I'm walking through the casino, and this 27-year-old blonde girl, she looks right at the dog, looks straight at me, and goes, oh my gosh, is this a seeing eye dog? So I looked her straight in the eye and I said, no, the dog can't think of me. I lost somebody there, didn't I? I did, yeah. All right, we're gonna find out what your boundaries are. And, that was it right there, wasn't it? I was at Art and Fair Mall, and actually this security comes up. He goes, "Sir, is this a seeing eye dog?" I go, "You mean service dog?" He goes, "It's got to be a seeing eye. It's not supposed to be in here. It's not a seeing eye dog." I go, "You mean? I'm trying to educate you. You mean service dog?" He goes, "No, it's got to be a seeing eye dog." And so I did this. I picked the dog up. I said, "Yeah, we're just looking around." Dumbass had it coming, didn't he? Next one I'm gonna do. I haven't done this yet, but I'm just waiting for the next time when somebody gets real nosy and starts asking questions. I'm gonna tell them, "Well, I have Tourette's," and the dog, "Whore!" Helps me. So I turned 55 this year. Don't applaud that. It's not worth applauding. Yes, and I'm getting older, and I'm starting to feel things aren't the same when you get older. And I wanted to start running, and my fiance, she goes, "You can't just start running. You got to go get a physical and make sure you're all right." And so I go get a physical, and it was a lot more thorough than they used to be. And my doctor's a little guy with small fingers. You want to get small hands. And we were all done. I thought we were all done with the physical. And he goes, "All right, great." He goes, "Now we need some samples." And I thought, cool, I love getting free stuff. And yeah, he said, "No, we need samples from you. We need some poo samples." And I looked at him and I go, "Oh, I'm 55. You don't have to use the word poo with me." But he hands me this bag. He says, "Take this, and when you bring it back to the clinic, bring it back in this bag, because they'll know what's in it." And they do. When you bring it back, they won't take the bag from you. They're like, no. You put it in the basket over there. Because they know it's a bag of shit. And so, I don't know if you had to do this. So I get home, and it's kind of, there's no instructions. They don't tell you how much and how full. They just send you home with the bag, and I open it up, and there's this little plastic bottle, and then you unscrew the lid, and there's like a yogurt spoon, right? I'm sure that's not where they got it from, right? But it's like a little yogurt, and I'm thinking, do I swipe at it when it's going by? Right? Do I go poop on the lawn and fill it to the top? I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to sample, how much. I don't know. And all I know is that spoon's about that long and our toilet water's about that deep. And if that thing sinks, that's a sunken treasure. I don't want to go diving after. You know what I'm saying? So I fill it up to the top because that's funnier. So he said, "You're fine, you're healthy, you can go." So I thought, I used to love to run a lot, so I did 3 miles. First time I did 3 miles. And I got back from running, and I had felt like a bug bite right on the inside of my leg. Like, I think, how did something get out my shorts and bite me? And so it was a skin tag. I had it looked like an extra wiener right here on the side of my leg, and you can't have two because there's conflict. You can't have two wieners when you're running, and it was all red. And I thought, well, I need to get rid of it. I'm not going to go to the doctor for that. And I thought, maybe my first thought was fingernail clippers, right? Right. I know that's going to bleed, right? I know. I didn't do it, and I thought, it's just like a wart, kind of. So I thought wart remover. So I put some wart remover on it, and it shriveled up and it turned black. And then I had a little black wiener on the side of my leg. It was like guys at Neverland, It just too soon? I never thought I'd say that in my life. I had a little black wiener on the side of my leg. I find as I get older too that I have fewer friends. Right? Don't you? Really? You kind of weed them out, the good ones from the bad ones. And I found my really good friends are the ones that'll bust your balls when you're really down. Right? They ground you. They get you back to reality. I'll give you an example. I had a dog. Actually the grandfather of my dog I have now. I think once in a lifetime you get one incredible dog. And this dog's name was Bandit. And he did 200,000 miles on the road with me in 4 years. Right? Flew with me. Every hotel, everybody knew Bandit. They loved him. He got into some poison. And I had to put him down. He was 4 years old. And I was heaving, sobbing every day for a week. And one of my really good friends. This is how I qualify my good friends. If I had a dead body in my living room and I needed to take care of it, who am I going to call, right? Those are your real friends. Who are you going to call then? That's a real small group. This is one of these guys. So he calls me up a week after my dog died. And he says, "What happened with Bandit?" And I said, "Well, we think he got into some poison." He goes, "Oh, you think he did it on purpose?" What? He goes, maybe you got tired of your show, dude. Learn some new jokes, right? That's a good friend right there, right? That's a real friend. Your real friends don't come to your house when you're sick, right? They know you're sick. I ain't coming over and catching that. People that are trying to be your friend don't come over and bring you soup. But your real friends know. So this same guy, last spring runoff, he had a nephew, 19 years old, drowned a year ago. Drowned. He had a new dog, and they found him and the dog in the river, and they think he went in after the dog to save him. So I waited a week. And then I sent him a text message. You think the dog did it on purpose? And the message I got back was, okay, I got a good laugh out of that, and you're a dick, right? I mean, that's what you're going for, right?